Tonight, from Portland, Oregon, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Portland Snowhawks taking on the Orlando Sentinels.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Orlando Sentinels and the Portland Snowhawks. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Portland team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
They'll take over.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
On first down, it's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And an Orlando first down.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Out of the gun, Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Watson. That's caught by Jackson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Number 31, the ball carrier.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They'll run it with Jackson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And an Orlando first down.
From the red zone now, Watson. His throw caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump the ball?
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown.
Watson
From 3 yards out. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. And it's good to make it 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the gadget play gets them into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. Seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He's taken down.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 106 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
That's good. 4.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Ball carried by number 30.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
41. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, it's Dillon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1. at the 13-yard line.
On the ground with a tight end. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field, all right? This is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Sentinels 7, Snowhawks nothing.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll try to run this one in. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Dillon. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A.J. Dillon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
1st down and 10. At their own 21-yard line.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Defended by Jalen Ramsey.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Watson. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Play to the running back. He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 15. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They give to Dillon out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
The ball carrier, Leighton Van Der Esch on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now
it's Dillon.
6.
Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Defensively, you give up the big chunk play there on the ground. Now they really have to bow up.
They certainly do, but I know how offensive linemen think. They don't care that the defense is going to bow up. They want to dominate them. They want to get into the end zone first and have the running back follow them. That's how they want to cap off this drive.
They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get a 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. 2nd and goal from the 1. And it's caught. Touchdown. Hunter Henry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here. And
he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
Sentinels 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
Orlando takes back over on offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Watson. And his pass, incomplete.
Watson's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Watson. Got a man, Slayton. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
On 1st down, Melvin. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson, right side, caught by Jackson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st down, Sentinels.
From the gun, Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
They run with Jackson out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
3rd down.
Get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st.
A gain of 9.
Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Buying time to his left. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And this complete to Henry over the middle. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. And Robinson with a big catch. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to throw now on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Right back to him for 10 more and a first. They'll throw now on the final play. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. The 20. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taken about 7 yards deep, and the half will begin with a touchback. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there at 22.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
2
runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
It's now 3rd and 8.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drives 7 plays in length.
Snowhawks 21, Sentinels 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Watson. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
Deshaun Watson sacked.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They run again with Dillon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looking to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They run with Dillon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 21-yard line.
Again, it's Dillon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 9.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in the Rose City of Portland, Oregon, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards to gain there, 2nd down.
3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, but now it's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The try here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays.
28, Sentinels 10.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st down and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Orlando takes back over on offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Deshaun Watson sacked.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That second down play nets a -4.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman, and that will be incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They will indeed snap it to Watson.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Dillon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
2nd and a yard.
And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Smith-Schuster. That's good. 4.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. They'll run here with Dillon. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think so.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Xavier McKinney. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been excellent, 6 for 7. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Snowhawks 31. Sentinels 10.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st down and 10. at their own 26-yard line.
Orlando takes back over on offense. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, and he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st down, Sentinels.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. To the air yet again, Watson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the gun, here's Watson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
On the pickup.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is incomplete. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Watson, and he'll find Pittman, and touchdown!
Complete to
Michael Pittman, his first touchdown on the year, and his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hans team able to secure the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On 1st down, Dillon, and he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They run once more with Dillon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll run it. Here's Dillon down to the 25.
Ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
Tonight's final score is...
Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the home team here, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.